Theatre will be awakened this coming week as Wednesday marks the start of the 2016 MUSHO Festival. This marathon of theatre festivities runs from the 13th to the 18th of January, and it promises to entice audiences with a variety of art performances ranging from solos to duos. To tell us more about the festival is director Emma Durden. She is joining us from our Durban studios. Emma, good morning and Happy New Year to you.
Thanks, Sam, and a Happy New Year to you too.
The MUSHO Festival is a staple in Durban. Every year it does better and bigger. What is on the lineup for us this year? How have you improved on the festival this year?
This year we've gone for a really complex mixed bag of things. So we always try and get a balance of comedy, drama, something new, some more established works. But this year we've got some things that we've never included. So we have a stand-up comedy for the first time with Carvin Goldstone, who's a well-known name both in South Africa and he's started working on the international circuit. We're really looking forward to having him. We've got a musical this year for the first time by Grant Jacobs, who was a Durban boy, now living in Cape Town. And we've also got what's called baby theatre. It's theatre that's designed for very little kids, aged 1, 2, 3 years old. And it's a whole new style of working where the work really engages young people who can make as much noise as they want. Parents don't need to worry about their kids at the theatre. So with those three very different elements, we also have the comedy and the drama and the new work and work from Mozambique this year, a wonderful piece called Culpado about the civil war in Mozambique. We've got some work from the Netherlands as well. So it's a mix this year.
When you add stuff like stand-up comedy, musical theatre and baby theatre, as you stated, is the 3 new add-ons for this year. What does that say about audience growth and development?
I think we are constantly, all of us in the theatre are constantly trying to see how we can bring new audiences in. If you look at the comedy market, it's much bigger than the market for, say, drama. So for us to include a stand-up comedian who's not doing straight stand-up but is doing a scripted show, that's something that we hope will bring in that comedy audience to the festival. Starting children really young with theatre is an amazing way to build theatre audiences for the future. So where you have babies coming to the theatre with their parents, those children then get into a culture of theatre and will watch theatre as young people, as young adults, and then hopefully as adults as well. So when we design the program, we do look at what will bring in new audiences, which will be both audiences for the festival and in the long term be audiences for theatre around the country.
What has MUSHO added to the creative landscape in Durban?
I think it's definitely the kickstart for the year. So people look forward to MUSHO. Usually around December, we have people asking us what's happening at MUSHO, who's coming through this year. So it's a nice way to start the year. And it's also a great platform for new work where people come and perform at MUSHO and they then go on to other festivals throughout the year. So based on their success at MUSHO, they may go on to the National Arts Festival in Grahamstown, they play at the Hilton Festival, they play at the Pietermaritzburg Festival, other festivals in Cape Town. It's a really nice way for people to say, okay, we're trying this new work here in MUSHO with an audience where we know we have friends in the audience. And if it works here, we can then be confident that it'll work in other places.
What we don't often talk about, but we have spoken about it every time we've done an interview about MUSHO throughout the years, is the fact that this festival has had the ability to identify new talent and to grow audiences for productions that might have been struggling somewhere else.
Yeah, I think it's a really great thing that MUSHO has been both tenacious in that this is our 11th year and some years we struggle with funding but we still hang in there. And people know that we are an avenue for them to be able to get their feet into the door in the theatre world. So every year we make a call for proposals in around about August. This year we had over 80 applications for people to bring work to MUSHO from all around the world. And we selected just 16 productions. So it's quite difficult and it's very competitive. But what we do offer is where people have applied and they haven't been accepted, we're happy to sit with them and say, this is why we think your work wasn't right for MUSHO this year. It might just be the balance of the program that we're putting together, or it might be in that their proposal writing just makes no sense, and so it's very difficult for us to understand how that would draw in an audience. So it's, we try and make sure there's a development arm to the application process as well.
Emma, we've run out of time, but thank you very much for joining us from our Durban studios and setting the scene for us for the 2016 MUSHO Festival, which kicks off from the 13th to the 18th of January and will run at Durban's Catalina Theatre. That was the festival director, Emma Durden, talking to us about a staple that's part of the artistic landscape of Durban. You've got to go and check it out. It does really set the tone for the year. If you want to find out more, just Google the details. We'll take an ad break. You don't go anywhere.